Hi Libras, welcome to April. I hope you had a great March. I hope Mercury retrograde was kind on you. And welcome to the new year. Welcome to the new zodiac year. I'm really excited for this month because, I mean, there's going to be a lot of, astrologically, there's a lot of things happening, but a lot of like nice things that like make you move forward, make you push forward, make you be more like aggressive in getting what you want and going for what you want. So I'm really excited to see some more changes going forward. And Libra, for you, I think specifically just because, you know, like you always, I won't say always, but for you, it's more like about, you know, you always try to like balance things out and you always try to think about other people and put other people first. But I think this month is going to be a good month for you to really assess what's good for you and what's not good for you. You know, like tipping the scales more in your favor, so to speak, and not necessarily in the end, it might not be, or like maybe right now it doesn't seem like it's the fairest thing to do. But I feel like in the long term, I think you'll realize that sometimes nurturing yourself and sometimes giving a little bit more to yourself, it's better. But so let's start. So we have the jumper to begin with. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So it's really getting down to earth and really seeing things for what they are and no longer being caught up in the illusion of things. And then again, we're getting out of Mercury retrograde, right? Especially, I think that's going to happen, technically it happened at the end of March, but we're still in its shadow period, so it's going to be felt less then and when the Mercury is actually retrograde. So I feel like this is where it's coming from. I think it's finally that veil is coming off and you really see things for what they are. And if some of you are, if this is relationship related, you're really trying to pin down one option. So really filtering all of your candidates to just making making a commitment to just one person. And then we have the Nine of Wands. I feel like for me this is more like kind of feeling scarred from something, like feeling scarred from like a relationship, not really trusting as much other people around you, you know. And another one card, so it's really kind of, even, let's see what else it has in store for you. I feel like even if like, yeah, I think it's more about like being disillusioned in something. I think this is the card more about you finally getting to see things for what they are and seeing people for what they are. They're really showing their true colors now. And then that makes you feel like you can't really trust them as much, or like not as much as you did before. And then see how this Knight of Wands is also looking this way. It's almost like saying that once you find that truth, once you discover, you like really embracing, and you're embracing with every single part of your being, and you're really going for it, and you're really like, it's kind of becoming your truth, you know. It's kind of becoming your beacon of like, okay, so now I know what you're about, I know what you're gonna do, I know what this work is about, I know what this job is about. So you really like seeing things, and it kind of makes you be able to move forward into like a better direction and with more eagerness, with more motivation, and with more determination. So that's kind of great. I mean, even though yes, you did have some scars, you did, like, I wouldn't say you left there fully safe, and I mean not safe but unscathed, but it's good because you learned a lesson, because now you know where to see the patterns, right? And then with the Queen of Swords, it's like really now you're really cutting through the bullshit. You really see things for what they are, be it work related, being relationship related, it doesn't matter. You're really seeing, like, you have this like laser vision at this moment. And then for some of you, this could also have to do with relationships, and now you're really knowing what you really know what you want, and you're really going for it. You're really like demanding. Okay, so you kind of came to the point of like, you know, I don't need all that fluff, I don't need those pretty words anymore. Like, what that is, it's all words. I need concrete things. And then you will be offered in the middle of the month. There will be a person in your life that will come through, that will be, and see how she's looking at this person. It's almost like, okay, so now it's your turn. What are you gonna do? The ball is in your court, almost like saying, right? So she's going for him. So it's like, it's either a male or female, it doesn't matter. These can be reversed. So I'm out of breath all of a sudden. So I feel like for some of you, you're gonna be like, again, you're gonna see through the bullshit. You're gonna drop people that are lying to you and then just saying things for the sake of like them looking good, but really not coming through with actions. So at that moment, once you drop them, you're gonna be like, okay, well, this is a really viable partner. Let me make my intentions clear. So which is you gonna do? And then once you do that, you're gonna be like, okay, well, now the ball is in your court. And this is really falls really great with like the planetary aspects, where we're gonna have Mercury in Aries, kind of at the end of the month, and then we have Mars in Aries, starting from March 31st, going all the way through May. So it's a really beautiful time of like really going for it and really not being shy, not being afraid to really speak up, not being afraid to really make your intentions known, because you know, like sometimes people just they're so shy and they like don't really know, just because they don't know who to trust. They don't know if they're gonna get hurt or not, if it's gonna be worth it or not. So it's a matter of you know, just going for it. Now it's like really the time to really just go for it, you know, like there's nothing holding you back. And with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's like now instead of being like really rushing through, like being rude and being polite and really like not having a plan, you're gonna do this with a plan. You're gonna do this very cautiously, you know, like even though you're putting yourself out there, but it's also you kind of did a little bit of research beforehand to really know where is it a good place to do so and if it's the right person to do that. But I feel like this is a really powerful combo, Queen of Swords with the King of Cups. It's like it's a really good balance too, because the Queen of Swords sometimes can be really cold, right? She's an air sign, so it's like it's not really easy for her to express emotions. Now with the King of Cups, she's like super emotionally very stable, and he's totally okay of opening up and really wearing his heart on his sleeve and really expressing his emotions, be it good or be it bad, you know, like, but he's really vulnerable in that sense where he can really open up and really say, oh, I love you, or I don't love you, or like this is where I stand with you. And so he's really about having open communications about feelings, about relationships. So I feel like this is where the Queen of Swords, and it's your sign, this is your card, Libra, where you're gonna be really attracted to a person that's gonna be really able to open up that way for you and to you, you know. But at the same time, you know, you're not gonna be like making a really swift waves, or like making like swift and big gestures. You know, you're gonna let your intentions known, and you kind of let them take the reins going forward. And then at the end of the month, you have the Six of Cups, which is a beautiful card to have. It's something maybe you're not rushing into with this new thing because maybe there's something else from the past that it's still lingering on, or maybe this King of Cups is somebody from the past that you know. And okay, I think Libra, I think for you it's definitely a commitment that's coming at the end of the month, and it's with somebody that you might already know, with somebody that has children, be it with you, be it from another relationship. But this is beautiful. Once you let your intention known, I think this and the other person, and I think this is definitely related to relationships at this in this reading. I don't see a lot of, there's no pentacles, so really the work, your job, your finances are really not going to be a priority this month. It's more about finding your voice, finding your partner, finding your community, finding the people that are there to support you, and really making the right choices when it comes to who you trust this month. And now going back to this last row, the last part of the month, it's really about having, this is a love offer. And this is a beautiful, a very innocent, a very like genuine love offer that's going to be coming. Either you're going to be offering that or somebody else is going to be offering that to you. But I feel it's this King of Cups, because once you let your intention know, and they know you're not bullshit, or they know you don't go around the bush to like really, oh, but I don't know, but I, you know, Like you're decisive. You know what you want and you're going to go for it this month. Even though Libra for you, it's sometimes it's hard to make a decision. But this month's, the Mars in Gemini is going to give you that strength, especially once we get into Mercury in Aries at the end of the month. You're going to have that real sense of courage, real sense of like, I want this and I'm going to go for it. So it's really, I think this is the pivotal time for you this month, where you make your intentions known, really tell people how you feel and what you feel, and let them process that, let them sit with it, and then see what comes up. But I think you'll be really amazed of how much just being open and raw and honest with somebody can do, because there is a potential for the love of your life right now. So this is an amazing time for you, and I feel like this is really going to be offered to you. And for some of you, it's going to be a proposal, and it's going to be a proposal in a really beautiful, very romantic way. Now, also at the end of the month, we have Venus in Aries. Venus in Aries is not a complicated, not a complex. It's very more simplistic when it comes to romance. He's not that energy is not the energy of like big gestures and romantic gestures and stuff like that. So, but it's more about being genuine, it being open and honest, and like 100% in. So I think, that being said, at the end of the month, expect a engagement proposal, and I am sure for a lot of you that will happen this month. And it could also be either in your hometown, it could be maybe in a place that you're really familiar, or something that brings you a lot of memories from the past. You could also maybe have to do something with children involved in the proposal. But there will be some sort of a commitment, some sort of an offer to you made, that you would, you'll have to make a choice. You know, that you'll have to make a choice whether you want to commit to this person, whether you don't want to commit to this person. We have at the bottom of the deck, we have Death in reversed. So with Death in reversed, I feel like this is like something that's been coming for a while. You know, something that's really been coming for a while for you, and something that you've been wanting for a long time. And I think that's why, you know, like, you're like almost like losing faith. Is it going to happen for me? Is it not going to happen for me? I'm done people lying to me, and I'm done people are just trying to like get in my bed, or whatever the case might be. But this is definitely a relationship reading. So for those of you that are single, and for those of you that are dating, I think this is at the end of the month, you're going to meet somebody that you will feel really close to, that you're going to feel that that you're going to feel that you're really that really understands you on a level that nobody else does, on a level that is so primitive and so instinctual and then so pure, that, you know, you really just want to open up, versus like, you know, being that very cold, very distant, very rational person. You're going to be able, they're going to bring a side of you that is going to be really surprising to you to see. It's something that's going to really make you feel really powerful, really strong. By being vulnerable, this person is going to make you feel like you're very strong. So that being said, I'm super excited for you. This is definitely an engagement at the end of the month for you. And not only that, but it's like finding a person that, yeah, you'll have to make a choice whether you want to go forward with them or not. But at the same time, it's finding that trust again, like getting that sense of like being vulnerable is okay. You know, even though sometimes I did get hurt in the past, but you know, like it doesn't make sense to hold that grudge going forward, to hold those memories to affect the relationship that I can have now with other people. So really being open and receptive to receiving and giving love, you know, I think that's just going to be really important for you this month. And kind of letting go of that mistrust. Yeah, be careful. I'm not saying no, but really, you know, at the same time, be open. Try to stay open about other people, and don't be shy about letting your intentions know, because there is somebody that really wants to commit to you, and they really do. So let me pull some oracles. We have responsibility and balance in the beginning of the month. So with that, I think it's more about getting down, you know, getting from like that illusionist phase, or like that cloudiness and that like state of fog the Mercury retrograde put us in, and then now more like kind of getting down. It's like, okay, well, what do I need to do? You know, like what was said and done to me, and then, you know, and then again it's coming down to what I said earlier, like people like lying and promising all these different things, but are they really, you know, coming through with that? And I think that's where you're gonna be like feeling a little bit mistrustful of that, because, you know, that balance wasn't met. They didn't really come through with what they promised. But it's also like kind of in a way tempering yourself and not being too impulsive to make a rash decision. You know what I mean? It's like not cutting cords or ties with somebody that maybe there is another chance. Almost like, you know, maybe trying not to like be like shut the door in somebody's face, so to speak. You know, so kind of finding that balance of, yeah, you don't trust them, but at the same time, don't be rude to them, right? Which I think you're really good at doing, like balancing all of those things. And I can never see being rude Libras to anybody anyway. But, you know, sometimes when you like being so hurt, sometimes it's really hard to like hold that in, right? Okay, what's the second part? Empowerment and freedom. Yeah, totally. You know, that Queen of Swords is like, you know, she's the queen bee. She really knows what she wants. She's very decisive. She goes for what she wants. You know, and then it's so much freedom from it. You're really going to feel so much stronger by just like opening up and letting your intentions known, that you're going to be like, whoa. You're going to be so shocked of yourself. Well, I don't really like this one, argument and power struggle at the end of the month. Well, I think this is kind of more coming down to the choice, family and loyalty. So I really think it's coming down to the choice that you have to make at the end of the month. You know, it's like, well, is that offer worth for you? And I think it will be. But it's also like the argument, it's more like that inner dialogue that you're going to have in your mind. You know, like of like a letting go of that rational mind, you know, and then being like going more with your emotional, with your heart than your mind. And I think that's where that power struggle is going to happen, because you're so not used to going with your heart. You're so not used to really being open and vulnerable. And it's so hard to open up and then just be raw and honest with somebody, especially when it comes to feelings. That I think that power struggle is like a part of you, it's like, no, don't do that. And another part's like, but it feels so nice and I really like him or like her, you know. So that's really going to be like, for you, it's going to be a lot of back and forth, and it's going to really like, in a way, it's going to open your mind, and it's going to enrich your experience of, it's going to make you think. It's really going to make you think about, well, you know, I've been thinking a lot lately. Like I've been thinking, but have I been feeling, you know? And finally that you feel, how does that feel? How does that do to you? You know, how does that make you react, you know? So I feel it's more like that power struggle between thinking and feeling at the end of the month. It's like, are you going to go with how you feel, or are you going to go with how you think, you know? So, but all of that said, I think it's really, for you, it's going to be worth opening up and putting yourself out there and really making your intentions known, because I think something beautiful and magical will happen at the end of the month. Well, I'll leave you with that. And Libras, until next month, I wish you good luck, all the best, and I can't wait to see that engagement ring. Okay, bye.